Hi, my name's Ruth Birdsmith. I'm Director of Allegheny County's Department of Minority Women and Disadvantaged Business Enterprise. The purpose of the Pennsylvania Unified Certification Program, or PAUCP, is to provide one-stop shopping for certification as a disadvantaged business enterprise or an airport concessionaire disadvantaged business enterprise. The PAUCP makes all certification decisions on behalf of all agencies or organizations in the Commonwealth with respect to participation in the DBE program. Firms certified as DBE and/or ACDBE are eligible to participate on any Federal Aviation Administration, Federal Highway Administration, and Federal Transportation Administration funded contracts. What are the benefits to being certified as a DBE? Greater visibility to contractors and consultants looking to utilize DBE firms to meet goals on federally assisted transportation projects. It also gives you access to free training, consulting, and other perks. You get a listing on the PAUCP database along with your business description. And the DBE certification is recognized by many state, regional, and local diverse minority and women business programs. Should I apply? Is your firm organized as a for-profit business? Is at least 51% of the ownership a U.S. citizen or lawfully permanent resident of the United States? Does the socially and economically disadvantaged owner or owners have a personal net worth not greater than $1.32 million? Is the applicant's firm 3-year average of gross receipts less than $23.98 million? Or, if an airport concessionaire, is the firm's 3-year average of gross receipts less than $56.42 million? If you answered yes to all of the above, you may be eligible to participate as a disadvantaged business enterprise and/or an airport concessionaire disadvantaged business enterprise. Please follow the videos in completing your application. Naturally, if you have any questions, you can call us at area code 412-350-4309 or email us at mwdbe@alleghenycounty.us. Section 1, Certification Information. Basic contact information. Enter the contact name and title, the legal name of your firm, the telephone number, the other telephone number if there is one, the fax number, your email address, your firm's website, street address of the firm with city, county, or parish, state, and zip code. No P.O. box. Mailing address of the firm if different from your street address with city, county, or parish, state, and zip code. B. Prior or other certifications and applications. Is your firm currently certified for any of the following U.S. DOT programs? Check Disadvantaged Business Enterprise, DBE, and/or Airport Concessionaire Disadvantaged Business Enterprise, ACDBE. Please write in the names of certifying agencies that you have or are certified with. List the dates of any site visits conducted by your home state and any other states or UCP members. 11. Indicate whether the firm or any persons listed in this application have ever been A. Denied certification or decertified as a DBE, ACDBE, 8A, SDB, MBE/WBE firm. Check yes or no. B. Withdrawn an application for these programs or debarred or suspended, or otherwise had bidding privileges denied or restricted by any state or local agency or federal entity. Please check yes or no. If yes, explain the nature of the action. If you appeal the decision to the Department of Transportation or another agency, attach a copy of the decision. Section 2, General Information. A. Business Profile. 1. Give a concise description of the firm's primary activities and the products or services it provides. If your company offers more than one product or service, list the primary product or service first. Use additional paper if necessary. This description may be used in our database and the UCP online directory if you are certified as a DBE or ACDBE. 2. Applicable NAICS codes for this line of work include. Before I go any further, what is a NAICS code? A NAICS code is the North American Industry Classification System. Classifies business establishments for the purpose of collecting, analyzing, and publishing statistical data related to the U.S. economy. The NAICS industry codes define establishments based on activities in which they are primarily engaged. Number 3, the firm was established on, and you put the date in. 4, I or we have owned this firm since, and you put the date in. 5, method of acquisition, check all that apply. Started a new business, bought an existing business, inherited a business, secured concession, merger or consolidations, or other. Please explain other. Is your firm for a profit? Check yes or no. Stop. If your firm is not for profit, then you do not qualify for this program and should not fill out this application. If firm is for profit, please proceed. Complete your federal tax ID number. Number 7, type of legal business structure. Check all that apply. Sole proprietorship, partnership, limited liability company, applying as an ACDBE, limited liability partnership, corporation, joint venture, and identify all joint venture partners or other and describe other. Number 8, number of employees, your full-time, part-time, seasonal, and the total of all employees. Number 9, specify the firm's gross receipts for the last 3 years. Submit complete copies of the firm's federal tax returns for each year. If there are affiliates or subsidiaries of the applicant firm or owners, you must submit complete copies of these firms' federal tax returns. The year, the gross receipts of the applicant firm, the gross receipts of the affiliate firms. B, relationships and dealing with other businesses. Number 1, is your firm co-located at any of its business locations, or does it share a telephone number, post office box, office, or storage space, yard, warehouse, facilities, equipment, inventory, financing, office staff, and or employees with any other business organization or entity? Check yes or no. If yes, explain the nature of your business and your relationship with these other businesses by identifying the business or person with whom you have any formal, informal, written, or oral agreement. Also, detail the items shared. Number 2, has any other firm had an ownership interest in your firm at present or at any time in the past? Check yes or no. If yes, please explain. Number 3, at present or at any time in the past, has your firm, A, ever existed under different ownership, a different type of ownership, or a different name? Check yes or no. B. Existed as a subsidiary of any other firm. Check yes or no. C. Existed as a partnership in which one or more of the partners are or were other firms. Check yes or no. D. Owned any percentage of any other firm. Check yes or no. E. Had any subsidiaries. Check yes or no. F. Served as a subcontractor with another firm constituting more than 25% of your firm's receipts. Check yes or no. If you answered yes to any of the questions in 2 and or 3A through F, you may be asked to provide further details and explain whether the arrangement continues. Section 3, Majority Owner Information. A. Identify the majority owner of the firm holding 51% or more ownership interest. 1. The full name. 2. Title. 3. Home phone number. 4. Home address with city, state, and zip. 5. Gender. Check male or female. Number 6. Ethnic group membership. Check all that apply. Black, Asian Pacific, Subcontinent Asian, Hispanic, Native American, or other. And please specify what other group you belong to. Number 7, U.S. citizenship. Check U.S. citizen or lawfully admitted permanent resident. Number 8, the number of years as the owner. Number 9, percentage owned, and the class of stock owned and acquired. Number 10, initial investment to acquire ownership interest in the firm. Identify type, cash, real estate, equipment, or other. Identify the dollar value of each type under initial investment. Describe how you acquired your business. You started the business yourself. It was a gift from, I bought it from, I inherited from, or other. Check those that apply and attach documentation substantiating your investment. B. Additional ownership information. 1. Describe familial relationship to other owners and employees. 2. Does this owner perform a management or supervisory function for any other business? Check yes or no. If yes, identify the name of the business and the function and title. 3A. Does this owner own or work for any other firm that has a relationship with this firm, such as ownership interest, shared office space, financial investments, equipment, leases, personal sharing, etc.? Please check yes or no. If yes, identify the name of the business and the nature of the relationship and the owner's function at the firm. B. Does this owner work for any other firm, nonprofit organization, or is engaged in any other activity more than 10 hours per week? If yes, identify this activity. 4A. What is the personal net worth of this disadvantaged owner applying for certification? Note: you are provided a P&W or personal net worth statement that will help you complete this question. The personal net worth statement will also become part of the application submission. We will go through the P&W statement step by step in another video, so you can come back and accurately answer this question. B. Has a trust been created for the benefit of this disadvantaged owner? Check yes or no. If yes, you may be asked to provide a copy of the trust instrument. 5. Do any of your immediate family members, managers, or employees own, manage, or are associated with another company? Check yes or no. If yes, provide their name, relationship, company, type of business, and indicate whether they own or manage the company. Please attach extra sheets if necessary. Section 3, Owner Information Continued. A. Identify all individuals, firms, or holding companies that hold less than 51% ownership in the firm. Attach separate sheets for each owner. 1 full name, 2 title, 3 home phone number, 4 home address, include street and number, city, state, and zip. Gender, please check male or female. 6 ethnic group membership, check all that apply. Black, Asian Pacific, Subcontinent Asian, Hispanic, Native American, or other. Specify and identify what other group you belong to. 7 U.S. citizenship, check U.S. citizen or lawfully admitted permanent resident. 8 number of years as owner. 9 percentage owned and percentage of class stock owned, date acquired. 10 initial investment to acquire ownership interest in the firm. Identify type cash, real estate, equipment, or other. Identify the dollar value of each type under initial investment. Describe how you acquired your business. Started the business yourself? It was a gift from, I bought it from, I inherited from, or other. Check those that apply and attach documentation substantiating your investment. B. Additional ownership information. 1. Describe familial relationship to other owners and employees. 2. Does this owner perform a management or supervisory function for any other business? Check yes or no. If yes, identify the name of the business and the function and title. 3. A. Does this owner own or work for any other firm that has a relationship with this firm, such as ownership interest, shared office space, financial investments, equipment, leases, personal sharing, etc.? Please check yes or no. If yes, identify the name of the business and the nature of the relationship and the owner's function at the firm. B. Does this owner work for any other firm, nonprofit organization, or is engaged in any other activity more than 10 hours per week? If yes, identify this activity. 4A. What is the personal net worth of this disadvantaged owner applying for certification? Note: you are provided a P&W or personal net worth statement that will help you complete this question. The personal net worth statement will also become part of the application submission. We will go through the P&W statement step by step in another video, so you can come back and accurately answer this question. B. Has a trust been created for the benefit of this disadvantaged owner? Check yes or no. If yes, you may be asked to provide a copy of the trust instrument. 5. Do any of your immediate family members, managers, or employees own, manage, or are associated with another company? Check yes or no. If yes, provide their name, relationship, company, type of business, and indicate whether they own or manage the company. Please attach extra sheets if necessary. Section 4, Control. A. Identify your firm's officers and board of directors. If additional space is required, attach a separate sheet. Number 1, in the space provided, state the name, title, date of appointment, ethnicity, and gender of each officer. 2. In the space provided, state the name, title, date of appointment, ethnicity, and gender of each individual serving on your firm's board. 3. Do any of the persons listed above perform a management or supervisory function for any other business? Check yes or no. If yes, identify who each are, the business name, their title, and their function. 4. Do any of the persons listed in Section A above own or work for any other firm or firms that have a relationship with this firm, such as ownership interest, shared office space, financial investments, equipment, leases, personnel sharing, etc.? Please check yes or no. If yes, identify each who they are, the business name, their title, and their function. B. Duties of owners, officers, directors, managers, and key personnel. Identify your firm's management personnel who control your firm in the following areas. Attach separate sheets as needed. 1. Specify the roles of majority and minority directors, officers, managers, and key personnel who control the functions listed for the business. Submit resumes for each owner and non-owner identified below. State the name of the individual, title, race, gender, and percentage ownership, if any. Circle the frequency of each person's involvement as follows: always, frequently, seldom, or never in each area. Indicate whether any of the persons listed in this section perform a management or supervisory function for any other business. Attach separate sheets if necessary. 2. Identify the person, business, and their title and function. Identify if any of the persons listed above own or work for any other firm that have a relationship with this firm, like ownership interest, shared office space, financial investment, equipment, leases, personnel sharing, etc. If you answered yes, describe the nature of his or her business relationship with that other firm. C. Inventory. Indicate firm inventory in these categories and attach separate sheets if necessary. Number 1, equipment and vehicles. State the make and model and current dollar value of each piece of equipment and motor vehicle held and or used by your firm. Indicate whether each piece is either owned or leased by your firm or owner, whether it is used as collateral, and where this item is stored. Provide a signed lease agreement and or title. 2. Office space. State the street address of each office space held and or used by your firm. Indicate whether your firm or owner owns or leases the office space and the current dollar value of that property or its lease. Provide a signed lease agreement and or deed for each property. 3. Storage space. State the street address of each storage space held and or used by your firm. Indicate whether your firm or owner owns or leases the storage space and the current dollar value of that property or its lease. Provide a signed lease agreement for each property and or deed. D. Does your firm rely on any other firm for management functions or employee payroll? Please check yes or no. E. Financial and banking information. Provide bank authorization and signature cards. Banking information. State the name, city, and state of your firm's bank in the space provided. Identify the persons able to sign checks on this account. Provide bank authorization and signature cards. Bonding information. State your firm's bonding limits in dollars, specifying both the aggregate and project limits. F. Identify all sources, amounts, and purposes of money loaned to your firm, including from financial institutions. Identify whether you, the owner, and any other person or firm loaned money to the applicant, DBE, and/or ACDBE. Include the names of any person or firms guaranteeing the loan, if other than the listed owner. Please provide copies of signed agreements and security agreements. Include the name, address, person guaranteeing the loan, the original loan amount, the current balance, and the purpose of the loan. G. List all contributions or transfers of assets to and from your firm and to and from any of its owners or another individual over the past 2 years. Attach additional sheets if necessary. Indicate in the spaces provided the type of contribution or asset that was transferred, its current dollar value, the person or firm from whom it was transferred, the person or firm to whom it was transferred, the relationship between the two persons and/or firms, and the date of the transfer. H. Current licenses and permits held by any owner or employee of your firm. List the name of each person in your firm who holds a professional license or permit, the type of permit or license, the expiration date of the permit or license, and the issuing state of the license or permit. Attach copies of licenses, license renewal forms, permits, and hall authority forms. I. Largest contracts completed by your firm in the past 3 years, if any. List the name of each owner or contractor for each contract, the name and location of the projects under each contract, the type of work performed on each contract, and the dollar value of each contract. J. Largest active jobs on which your firm is currently working. For each active job listed, state the name of the prime contractor and the project number, the location, the type of work performed, the project start date, the anticipated completion date, and the dollar value of the contract. Special note: Airport Concessionaire ACDBE applicants. Identify the concession space, address and location at the airport, the value of the property or lease, and fees or lease payments paid to the airport. Provide information concerning any other airport concession businesses the applicant firm or any affiliate owns and/or operates, including name, location, type of concession, and start date of the concession enterprise. Affidavit and signature. The affidavit of certification must accompany your application for certification. Carefully read the attached affidavit in its entirety. Fill in the required information for each blank space. Sign and date the affidavit in the presence of a notary public who must then notarize the form. Note: Please include the notarized application and notarized personal net worth statement in your new application submission.
We will now go over the personal net worth statement, beginning with Section 1, Assets. All assets must be reported at their fair market values as of the date of your statement. Assessor's assessed value for real estate, for example, is not acceptable. Assets held in trust must be included. Cash and cash equivalents. On page 1, enter the total amount of cash or cash equivalents in bank accounts, including checking, savings, money market, certificates of deposit held domestic or foreign. Provide copies of the bank statement. Retirement accounts, IRA, 401ks, 403bs, and pensions. On page 1, enter the full value minus tax and interest penalties that would apply if assets were distributed as of the date of the form. Describe the number of shares, name of securities, cost, market value, date of quotation, and total value in Section 3 on page 2. Brokerage and custodial accounts, stocks, bonds, retirement accounts. Report total value on page 1 and on page 2, Section 3. Enter the name of the security, brokerage account, retirement account, etc. The cost, market value of the asset, the date of quotation, and total value as of the date of the P&W statement. Assets held in trust. Enter the total value of the assets held in trust on page 1 and provide the names of the beneficiaries, trustees, and other information in Section 6 on page 3. Loans to shareholders and other receivables not listed. Enter amounts loaned to you from your firm, from any other business entity in which you hold an ownership interest in other receivables not listed above. Complete Section 6 on page 3. Real estate. The total value of real estate, excluding your primary residence, should be listed on page 1. In Section 4 on page 2, please list your primary residence in column 1, including the address, method of acquisition, date acquired, name or names on deed, purchase price, present fair market value, source of market valuation, names of all mortgage holders, mortgage account number and balance, equity line of credit balance, and amount of payment. List this information for all real estate held. Please ensure that this section contains all real estate owned, including rental properties, vacation properties, commercial properties, personal property leased or rented for business purposes, farm properties, and other income-producing properties, etc. Attach additional sheets as needed. Life insurance. On page 1, enter the cash surrender value of this asset. In Section 5 on page 2, enter the name of the insurance company, the face value of the policy, cash surrender value, beneficiary names, and loans on the policy. Other personal property and assets. Enter the total value of personal property and assets you own on page 1. Personal property includes motor vehicles, boats, trailers, jewelry, furniture, household goods, collectibles, clothing, and personally owned vehicles that are leased or rented to business or other individuals. In Section 6 on page 3, List these assets and enter the present value. The balance of any liabilities, whether the asset is insured, and lien or note information and terms of payments. For accounts and notes receivable, enter the total value of all monies owed to you personally, if any. This should include shareholder loans to the applicant firm, if those exist. If the asset is insured, you may be asked to provide a copy of the policy. You may also be asked to provide a copy of any lien, other business interests other than applicant firm. On page 1, enter the total value of your business investments, excluding the applicant firm. In section 7 on page 3, enter information concerning the business you hold an ownership interest in, such as sole proprietorships, partnerships, joint ventures, corporations or limited liability corporations other than the applicant firm. Do not reduce the value of these entries by any loans from the outside firm to the DBE or ACDBE applicant business. Section 2, liabilities. Mortgages on real estate. Enter the total balance on all mortgages payable on real estate on page 1. Loans on life insurance. Enter the total value of all loans due on life insurance policies on page 1 and complete section 5 on page 2. Notes of accounts payable to bank and other. On page 1, section 2, enter details concerning any liability, including name of note holders, original and current balances, payment terms, and security or collateral information. The entries should include automobile installment accounts. This should not, however, include any mortgage balances, as this information is captured in section 4. Do not include loans for your business or mortgages for your properties in this section. You may be asked to submit a copy of note security agreement and the most recent account statement. Other liabilities. On page 1, enter the total value due on all other liabilities not listed in the previous entries. In section 8, page 3, report the name of the individual obligated, names of co-signers, description of the liability, the names of the entity owned, the date of the obligation, payment amounts, and terms. Note, do not include contingent liabilities in this section. Contingent liabilities are liabilities that belong to you if an event or events should occur. For example, if you have co-signed on a relative's loan but are not responsible for the debt until your relative defaults, that is a contingent liability. Contingent liabilities do not count toward your net worth until they become actual liabilities. Unpaid taxes. Enter the total amount of all taxes that are currently due, but are unpaid on page 1 and complete section 8 on page 3. Contingent tax liabilities or anticipated taxes for current year should not be included. Describe in detail the name of the individual obligated, names of co-signers, the type of unpaid tax, to whom the tax is payable, due date, amount, and to what property. If any, the tax lien attaches. If none, please state none. You must include documentation such as tax liens to support the amounts. Transfer of assets. If you checked the box indicating yes on page 3 in this category, provide details on all asset transfers within 2 years of the date of this personal net worth statement to a spouse, domestic partner, relative, or entity in which you have an ownership or beneficial interest, including a trust. Include a description of the asset, names of individuals on the deed, title note, or other instrument indicating ownership rights, the names of the individuals receiving the assets and their relationship to the transferor, the date of the transfer, and the value of consideration received. Submit documentation requested on the form related to the transfer. Be sure to date and sign the statement. The personal net worth statement must be notarized. Please include the notarized application and the notarized personal net worth statement in your new application submission.
If you have any questions, you can call us at area code 412-350-4309 or email us at mwdbe@alleghenycounty.us.